Welcome. This is an advanced working session on astrocartography and related locational techniques. We begin with definitions so the map is never mystified. Astrocartography, developed by Jim Lewis, projects the birth chart onto the Earth's surface. For every planet, four lines are drawn. Where that planet was rising, ascendant line, setting, descendant line, culminating, midheaven line, and anti-culminating, IC line at the exact moment of birth. These are geocentric angular lines. When you stand on or near one of these lines, the corresponding planet is angular in the relocated chart, on an angle, and therefore amplified in lived experience. Geocentric versus heliocentric. Standard astrocartography is geocentric. It uses the planet's positions as seen from the center of the Earth, the same reference frame as a normal natal chart. Heliocentric lines exist, but answer a different question. They describe the planet's positions relative to the Sun and are more useful for collective, generational, or solar system-wide themes than for personal relocation. For almost all individual work, career, relationship, health, belonging, remain with the geocentric map. Local space astrology is a distinct but complementary system. It uses the local horizon at a chosen location. From any place on Earth, you can cast a local space chart in which the planets are plotted by azimuth and altitude. The resulting lines radiate outward from that location like spokes. A planet on the local space ascendant is rising in that sky. A planet on the local space MC is culminating. Local space is especially powerful for short radius decisions. Which neighborhood, which direction to travel for a day, which side of a city feels alive. Astrocartography is the global skeleton. Local space is the local musculature. For beginners, the practical rule is simple. Prioritize the angular lines of the Sun, Moon, Venus, and Jupiter for ease, visibility, and opportunity. Treat Mars, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto lines with respect. They often bring intensity, restriction, disruption, or deep transformation. Stay within 2 or 3 degrees of a line for the strongest effect. The influence fades with distance, though crossings and close parallels still register. Advanced students work with greater precision. First, orbs. A planet within 1 degree of an angle is far stronger than one at 3 degrees. Second, parans, paranatalonta. Moments when 2 planets are simultaneously angular, even if their lines do not cross on the map. Parans create compound signatures that a single line cannot express. Third, the interaction of natal dignity with angularity. A well-dignified Venus on the MC line behaves differently from a debilitated Venus on the same line. Fourth, progressive and transit hits to the lines themselves. A solar arc or secondary progressed planet crossing a natal angular line can activate that location years after birth. I offer 3 original working techniques. Technique 1, the relocation node filter. Cast the relocated chart for the candidate city. Examine the lunar nodes relative to the new ascendant and midheaven. When the north node is closely conjunct the relocated ascendant or midheaven, the location tends to pull the native toward future development. When the south node occupies those angles, the place often feels familiar yet potentially stagnant. Use this as a secondary filter after the major planetary lines have been assessed. Technique 2, angular dignity weighting. Score each angular line by combining 3 factors: closeness of orb, essential dignity of the planet in the natal chart, and whether the line is MCIC, career, roots, or ASC-DSC, identity, relationship. A high-scoring line becomes a priority relocation target. A low-scoring line is deprioritized even if the planet is traditionally benefic. Technique 3, local space vector confirmation. Once a city looks promising on the astrocartography map, cast the local space chart from that city for the natal planets. Confirm that the planets you want amplified are near the local space angles or strong azimuths. If the global line is strong but the local space vector is weak or conflicting, the lived experience may feel diluted. This hybrid check prevents relocating to a line that looks perfect on the world map but fails at street level. The map is not destiny, it is a set of amplified frequencies. You still choose which frequencies to stand inside, how long to remain, and what you do with the volume turned up. Work the geocentric angular lines first, add local space for fine resolution. Apply the node filter, angular dignity weighting, and local space vector conformation as successive sieves. The result is relocation that is neither impulsive nor purely theoretical. It is technical, testable, and alive. That is the method.